Alright, hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode number 40 of Let's Kung Fu. As always, I'm your host Damen, and I'm super glad that we are here 2 weeks in a row. I managed to get people lined up and here and ready for interviews. That is for the biggest challenge in doing this series, is actually getting people who are available and respond to my tweets or messages without going, who the hell is this guy, and, deleting it immediately. Tonight, we have some really awesome stuff. During the chat of tonight's show, if you keep an eye on it, I will be giving away like 7 or 8 Heart of the Swarm beta keys that some super awesome friends of mine provided. And more importantly than that, tonight we are going to be talking to Tempo, the amazing StarCraft parody musician and member of Infinity 7. Before we jump over to him real quick, I just want to again throw out there, if you're watching, you want to get interviewed, you have feedback, anything like that, shoot me an email, feedback@letskungfu.com. But, without wasting any more time, let's just get right on into it. And say hello to Tempo. Hi, Tempo.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Let's Kung Fu!
Thank you, first off, for being on the show. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for having me on, man.
That's my pleasure, believe me. I've been listening to your great music probably since the beginning.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, man. One of the first supporters of all. Were you like my first subscriber on YouTube? Right?
Probably not quite that close, but I was probably up there.
Nice.
So, obviously you like StarCraft.
You can say that. You can say that.
So, ignoring StarCraft,
okay.
What is your favorite video game?
Like of all time, or like play?
Of all time.
I would have to say Chrono Trigger on Super Nintendo. The reason I say it is because it was the first. I feel like RPGs were the first games that I really played and got into and played a lot of. And Chrono Trigger was like the first one to actually blow my mind. So I think that's like got to be my I got to rate that as number one of all time. That and up there with Final Fantasy VI as well, which was 3 when I played it, but I'll put those up there.
Excellent. Good choices.
Indeed.
Chrono Trigger is not honestly a big surprise. I think everybody liked that game.
Oh my god, it was so good.
So, the obvious question that I have to ask is, how are you surviving without dreads?
Oh man, well, it's a lot easier to get ready in the morning, and actually I'm surviving quite well. If you really want to know, I get to wear cool things now, like this crown.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? So like I get to do all sorts of crazy stuff.
Excellent.
But like when I take a shower and stuff, I still whip my head back and forth and nothing happens. But I'm getting used to it, so it's not as bad anymore.
So how long have you been writing music?
It's funny. I'd have to probably say, I'm trying to think of the first rhyme that I ever wrote. Probably like 6th grade, I would say, because I remember writing the most basic rhymes of all time. It was like, yo, something, 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 cat, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, hat. And I'm like, oh! Just started going crazy and stuff. And I think it was in like 6th grade because I had a Radio Shack mic that I would record. Or you put the Radio Shack mic up to the speaker, play the beat, and you have to do it all in one take. And you record the vocals along with the beat at the same time. So there's no mixing or anything involved. And I think it was actually in audio edit. No, what's the thing called? Like Sound Recorder, the Windows one? Just called Sound Recorder?
Yeah, it was just called Sound Recorder.
Yeah, it was that, like, the first one of that. Not even, like, the Windows 7. Like, it's a little bit better nowadays, but literally it was, like, a red button, a play button, and, like, a stop button. And I don't even know if it had a slider for time. I think it was, like, fast forward and rewind.
Yeah, man, I remember those days. Old school.
Yep, super old school.
So what made you decide to, combine your obvious passion for music with video games?
Oh, I know the first StarCraft song I made was the Thank God for Day 9 song. And I've told people like the reason why I even made it in the first place was because there was that Kingston HyperX tournament or not tournament. What was it? It was like a contest, right? Where you had to make a song about Day 9 artwork or something that had to do with Day 9. And I just made the song. I don't know what like made me want to do it, but I was like, I think I can do it. I think okay, you know Suspense. He made the Day 9 Made Me Do It song.
Sure.
I remember like listening to a daily once, and like I was about to go to bed after the daily, and Day 9 played that song, and I was just like, oh, this is kind of cool. I'm like, what is this? So, like this dude's rapping about StarCraft, and he's it's actually good. So I guess that might have been what triggered it, or at least what set it off, and then the actual contest itself triggered me to actually do it. So yeah, probably started the interest started with hearing that song. And then that contest was like, all right, I got to do this. I got to try something because I can make some music. I'd made music beforehand as well. So, yeah, I figured I'd give it a try. And I was really into StarCraft, like getting into StarCraft at that moment. You know, my friend introduced me to esports, and yeah, it's pretty much taken off from there. So.
I'm glad you did. My phone is full of StarCraft parody music, most of which is yours.
Yes. Hopefully I can fill it with more this year.
That would be pretty awesome. Which song that you've done is your personal favorite?
Oh man, it's always a hard question, and I swear it probably changes day by day. But I say APM, I don't know why, but like just hearing it, it's. I guess I like the original too, but APM is one of my favorites. Like the way that it came out, and I think it's more so the energy and the transition from low, you know, kind of chill to that epic ending. But I also say Just a Wish because I wrote it on 11/11/11 and I was like being corny, and I just decided I wrote it that one day, you know, and it just was everything that could just come to my mind at the time. I didn't sit there and try to like make it perfect. It literally was just I'm gonna make a song about what I think, like what I would wish in the StarCraft universe would happen, and then just make a song about it. And it came out to be this kind of like catchy song as well. But it literally was just my thoughts at that period in time, and every time I look back on it, it's kind of cool. It's almost like a snapshot of what was on my mind, like that specific time without thinking for a week or a couple weeks or days or anything. It literally was within like a 12-hour period. So it's kind of cool.
I remember when you posted Just a Wish to Team Liquid. I remember it seeing it on TL boards, and I listened to it, and I think I got about 30 seconds into it, and I went, oh my god, this is the worst thing he's ever done. What was he thinking? But hang on, I'm gonna tell you, it grew on me, and now it might be my favorite.
It's just, I don't know, like it was literally the most different thing I've done, and it was funny with like the singing voice and everything. I decided to just be kind of like, whoa, if all of this could happen, almost like Rick Astley, like a Rick Roll almost.
Yeah.
I think that was on my mind too, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna make it like a troll or not, so I kind of kept it in the middle. But like have it be things that people could probably relate to at the same time, but still kind of have this goofy but upbeat vibe to it. So hey, if it grew on you, it did its job, man.
Like I said, it's probably the one I play the most now. So.
It needs to be a re-upped version because I think like a lot of those wishes have come true. But no.
Yeah, some of them have.
Mm-hmm.
So. You've performed live a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
Not a ton.
Nope.
Is that something you would like to do more of, or do you like kind of doing the studio thing and putting out just done stuff?
I'd like to do more live ones. I do enjoy like the after party atmosphere when everyone's kind of like it's the players are there too. I'll never forget the time I did me and Smix. No, it was was it? I'm trying to think. It was me and Anna Prosser, I think, did our version at the NASL finals, and then we did it again at I think it was IPL. I want to say IPL, and it was so funny because I think Idra was in the room when we did Dan. You know, the Dan parody.
Oh yeah.
You know, and anytime I can do a song that references a player and the players in the room, it's like one of my favorite feelings in the world. I remember doing, all I do is stem, and TLO is like in the back, and as this part came like TLO taught me that, and I was pointing to him, but I think it was like the tournament that he just turned to Zerg. But it was just funny to see his reaction to it, and I had like Day 9 like dancing in the front, just going crazy. It's like an experience, you know. Performing live definitely is a lot more fun than doing it in the studio from that perspective because you're more familiar with it. People know your song as well, and you just get to pretty much see everybody's reaction to it at the same time, rather than just some. I mean, the text reactions are fun too, but when you see like an actual person reacting to it, it's definitely a lot more rewarding, and it's just fun because you get to pretty much go all out. But I can't even whip my dreads back and forth anymore, in the performance. But I'm gonna have to figure something new out. So, yeah, I don't know. I would love to do some more live performances for sure.
So like you were just saying, your performance at NASL and all that. You've had some pretty cool experiences in esports.
Yeah,
I feel like.
yeah.
Do you have a favorite? Like, was a performance like your favorite thing, or was it just
Yeah, I
something
think the
else?
it was MLG Columbus. There was this pretty sick stage. It was in like this bar, 2-floor bar, and there was a circular stage that I think it was like a semicircle that came out, and so everyone could go around it. You know what I mean? Like stand around it. And that was the one where Day9 was just like jumping around. And it's like yeah, yeah. And I'm like so I'm like that's Day9 just going crazy to the song that I'm singing. And I was doing When I'm Grandmaster and All I Do Is Stim. So when I did All I Do Is Stim, that's when he went crazy and stuff. But I think that was one of my favorite. Like I always remember it. It always sticks out in my mind every single time I even think about performing. And man, there's it's not a performance thing, but it's an esport type of memory that I have when I did this freestyle cast with Cats on his stream once. So he was playing a game, and he would freestyle and be like, "Yo, I'm building a hatch, and you better watch because last patch they did something," and then I would like commentate like after him, and we'd just go back and forth as he's playing the game, and he would be telling his thoughts, and it was just like one of those funny things that you've never experienced or done before, and you just kind of roll with it, and it's just funny as hell because every time that I see him in person, you always like do these little freestyle jabs at each other and just do random rhymes at each other. So that's my cousin, not quote unquote cousin Cats right there. If you know from the Just a Wish, I always refer to him as that.
So who in the StarCraft or esports community kind of inspires you?
Um, in many different ways, there are different people that have different like levels of inspiration for me. TLO has always been, well, for quite a long time, my favorite player. Just in general, his hard work and his creativity went from the beginning. It sort of started with this creativity. I was like, oh, this guy's cool because I was just learning StarCraft, and I'm like, he's doing some really cool things. But as you started to get to know him, and you see him on his stream, and you see his Twitter, and even just like you see him in person and practicing, he's just really inspirational to watch because he works like really hard, and he's pretty damn serious about what he does, but he still has that very lovable personality at the same time. So he's definitely one of my biggest inspirations. I would say also Maximus Black. So I know it's funny. It seems a little funny, but I'll tell you why Maximus Black is one of my biggest well, yeah, definitely one of my biggest inspirations. When I first started playing StarCraft 2, he had this site called D2D Gamer. It was like daytodaygamer.com. And I was just I think I was a gold scrub, not knowing what I was doing at all. Like, I say gold scrub because I was gold, but I probably had like a bronze or lower, skill level. But I just happened to do stupid things and win at certain times. So he had this community that he built for, it was pretty much, I think, platinum or diamond and under. And I think it was one of his community members that invited me into the community and said like, hey, you should check out the site. So this was before he was doing live TV at a big level or doing any of the when cheese fails and everything. He just did like the lag TV personal cast, like the cast that he was doing with Nova War for the lower level players. So like we would have our games casted, and we're like thinking it's like the best thing in the world because who's gonna pay attention to us play? And he would run these little tournaments as well. So we would have this community thing and like a day-long tournament where we just all play each other, and it was a weird feeling, but it was like you felt like you were ready to go to GSL because I'm like, I just won this game and I just did it, and this guy just casted it too. So when I started seeing him work at it and keep building the community, and then he started getting recognized for his when cheese fails, and this is around the same time where I'm doing like my thing as well with when I'm Grandmaster and stuff. So seeing it like kind of like a parallel and just this hard work and both of us hardworking individuals, and I'm like, yo, like, you're really starting to get recognized for your stuff too. And this is like, seeing where we started is kind of amazing because we were just kind of this little community just playing some StarCraft games together, and you were pretty much the person that was holding it together because you brought it all together. You came in and, he'd post on the forums and stuff. And the first thing on the forum was like, hey, post a little like introduction to yourself. And he would answer and be like, hey, welcome to the D2D Gamer type of thing. Make you feel welcome. So, and I just respect him for what he's doing as well. And he's a funny dude. If you meet him in real life, he's really cool. But to see that also just from where he started as well and what he has done for the community that may be overlooked by a lot of people, I would definitely say he's a good inspiration as well. So that's the side that probably not that many people know, but it's the truth. You don't know everybody until you really know them. So, other inspirations. Should I keep going?
If you've got any more, you can. If not, that's pretty good too.
I mean, yeah, I'll just throw a couple names. I mean, just players that are really, really like White Raw, even Stefano, Dong Regu. I like the Koreans that make an effort to try to interact with their English-speaking fans and just do like funny stuff on stream or, say Dragon and even Zenio. Even though he's kind of like people don't really talk about him as much, he's one of the Koreans that have really been trying to learn English, and I've seen him improve from like the beginning of the year to now. So. It's, little things like that that really make me want to be a better person and make more of an impact. Because I mean, if people can make if I can hear, like, I'm trying to think of the words, just how to say it. If I can be so inspired by these people, I feel like I can do something as well to inspire others as well. And I like getting the feedback for all of my songs and hearing like, yo, man, I used to be in bronze, I used to be in platinum, and I just got promoted to grandmaster today. Finally, I was listening to your song. Thank you for inspiring me with that song, because I don't know if I'd still be playing StarCraft. Like, stuff like that really makes me, like, that hits me hard every single time, regardless of who it is, because it's just, it's a new person, it's a new adventure, it's a new situation for every single person that says it, and it never gets old. So it allows me to get a lot of energy to just keep on keeping on and making more songs and just staying in touch with the community too. I really love being on my Twitter and my Facebook and answering. I tried to answer every single AMA question I could. You know what I mean? I think I got all of them, but just that I think that's really important to really stay in touch with the people that support you. So, yep.
So
I'm done for now. That's it. I went on. You got a good answer out of me.
So it's kind of interesting, ignoring the musical side of you there for a minute. Mm-hmm. You're also a player.
Yep.
What's kind of interesting is you and I have been on basically the exact same track of progression. Like, I remember when you were in Platinum for the longest time, and I was in Platinum for the longest time. We both got promoted to Diamond at basically the same time. Do you think, I know now you're trying to get Masters before Heart of the Swarm, right?
Yeah.
Do you think, are you going to make it?
Oh, man, I can do it, but what's the biggest issue with me hitting Masters right now is, first of all, I have another song that I want to put out, right? So the time that it takes to make songs and do the videos eats into what what could be practice time. And then Blizzard or whoever's doing the Heart of the Swarm launch event, they're like, hey, they're gonna do a Disney parody contest. So that's another thing on my plate. I'm definitely gonna have to do a remix to a Disney song now. So all these little things that are coming, and I do Wednesday night sprites with Chanman V, Live in Pink, and EG Machine, like little things that eat into time, and they're more important to me than hitting Masters, to be honest. But if I can pick a certain amount of time where I just go and practice and just play. I think what I need to do is really just play. Like, that's the biggest factor, is that I just have these long periods of time where I don't play. But I think that would be, if I can just, if people stop throwing out this awesome stuff on my plate, like, stop, please. I can't take all the awesomeness. But yeah, I think it's a goal that if I set my mind to it and just go for it, and ignore certain things for a while, I could do it, but I'm not going to make it a number one priority right now. That's for sure. I'm going to roll with everything. Got IPL coming up too, and I'm planning on going to that. So Hey man, if I hit masters, we'll see. But I might make like a really strong push in the next few weeks. But right now, I got some pretty cool things on my plate that I'm gonna be focusing on more.
Awesome. Yeah, Heart of the Swarm is what's killing me.
Yeah, all right,
I
another thing
haven't
too,
logged
yeah.
into Wings of Liberty in like 2 months.
I was gonna say the same thing. Like I made a tweet the other day, and I'm just like, I really want to hit masters, but I must play Heart of the Swarm. It's so fun. So, hey, if I do it, I'll do it. If not, I'll hit masters in Heart of the Swarm in maybe 3 years or so. We'll see what happens. We'll see. Maybe when Legacy of the Void comes out, I'll have the same goal.
There you go. So you are on Infinity 7 now.
Yes.
Were you surprised when they started talking to you? Like,
I'm sort of me and Jen. We've been really like not close, but we've kept a bit in contact ever since we met at NASL. And I met Axelot for the first time at, I think, was it not Raleigh? Was the one after Raleigh? Dallas. But I've watched his stream a lot, and there's a few people like Tubby that I've been kind of in contact with as well. But when she approached me to actually join the team, she's like, "Hey, I'm trying to I'm gonna start doing some recruiting for the team, and I think it would be really cool if you were on it. I'm pretty much doing a lot of promotions. Probably might do some casting and stuff for certain events. Not like big time casting or anything, but just to sort of get more familiar with it. I would hope to do it eventually. I think I could get into casting, but I know it's a lot of work to be like a really good caster. And it's one of those things where like if I'm focusing on music and doing stuff like that, I know that trying to be like, oh, I'm just going to be a caster, it's not like one of those things you can just pick up and just do it. You can, but I mean, when I do something, I really want to be good at it, and I want to, like, if I'm going to be representing a team or representing anything, I want to do it well. So being in the team at least helps me be around people that have superior game knowledge to me, and it's more like a family setting too. So I felt like that was one of the biggest advantages to it, and I figured that I could help also put Infinity 7 out there more, because it's been I like the name too. I really like the name, to be honest. Like IS and the symbol and everything that it represents, and just the management as well. Like ever since I met Jen at NASL, like I said, we went to Denny's, and just got food randomly, and just sort of stayed in touch a bit afterwards. So I think, yeah, I would say I was a bit surprised, because I wasn't sure like if they were I didn't even know they were recruiting. I didn't know what their plans were for future or anything. But I respected them at the time already. So I gave it some thought, and then decided to make the plunge. Put a ring on it.
So I feel like the answer to this is kind of obvious, but how do you like being on the team?
Yeah, it's alright. I'm just kidding. No, I love it though. When we go to events, it literally is like a family thing. Like the last one we went to was MLG Dallas. We were all in the same hotel, and we went to all sorts of places to eat. And even when we were just there supporting each other, I think Insert was the one that made it the farthest. It's just like the whole time, the whole thing, the feeling of being part of something else is a really big feeling to me as well. So, me, I usually do everything on my own as far as the music goes. And I figured like, even like practicing, maybe my friends would play sometimes, but I never really had anyone be like, hey, like, get me on a regular basis, like, oh, I'll coach you or do that. I've had some offers for coaching and stuff, but I get like Tubby messaging me on Skype like, hey man, when are you switching to TOS? Hey, when are you switching to ProDOS, man? What's up, man? And then it's like that feeling of it's like a friendship / coach at the same time. It's just, yeah, I think it's definitely a really cool thing to be a part of. And I would encourage, even if it's like a clan, that's why I can't wait for the Heart of the Swarm to come out, to encourage those social factors in StarCraft, because I really think that makes the game so much more enjoyable. Like when you're practicing with a bunch of people with the same goals as you, or that can actually give insight on your play and teach you how to be better, or laugh at the stuff you do, but like not like, oh, you're noob, GG out. But to have that feeling, it's definitely a big part of any game, I think, or any community. And I think it's going to be awesome, for the groups and the clans. I'm going to probably do a team tempo group to sort of have a little family of my own as well. So Not making babies or anything. I'm gonna tell you know what I'm talking about.
So do you have any like specific goals that you want to accomplish as part of the team this year?
I mean, my one of my goals is just to steadily improve. Um, as this balance thing, like I was talking about, it's really tough because I mean, there'll be days where I wake up. Oh, sorry, but there'll be days when I wake up and I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna go practice, right? I'm gonna go hit masters. I'm gonna just destroy. I'm gonna become like this sick player, you know. I'm gonna do it now and just go. And then the next day I wake up and be like, oh man, I really want to make this song. I really want to do this, or you know, I'll focus all of my time on making another YouTube channel so that I can, you know, do this. But in 2013, I'm definitely gonna be using my time to I'm gonna make another channel as well, which is gonna have mostly gameplay and just personality channel where I can really be myself and show people who I am more, rather than just make a song and then not have anything on the channel for like who knows how long, you know. So I don't want to do that anymore. I definitely want to show people and show fans of me my team as well, like the players behind the IDs. A lot of people know some of the player names, but they don't know, like you're saying, you like getting behind the scenes and like, hey, who is this person? So I, as Tempo, want to show people who Infinity 7 is. You know, like maybe do some goofy videos, maybe do a random song feature, you know, do some stuff at an event where we take pictures and put stuff together. But over this year, and I start to go to more events, I think one of my main goals is pretty much just to show the world who the players on the team are and show them their personalities as well. So I think you'll be seeing more of that as the year goes on.
So are there any cool projects in the works that you can talk about at all?
Yep. Well, I gave one away. Was that the Disney one? That's just a random one. I think I'm gonna do like three to be honest, because I had like three ideas. I'm trying to think. What can I leak? What can I leak? I'm probably going to have a song be coming out in this next week, either this weekend or the week following. It was supposed to come out Monday, but I got busy over the weekend. But I also leaked something on my Facebook where I'm gonna be making the second channel. As far as that, so it's going to be called Team Tempo with the zero, and it's going to be pretty much just like the life of Tempo, and like it's going to be a fun time. Like it's not going to be just a song and then nothing else. You get to like know me a little bit better. I'll do some fan stuff. I do that a lot on my stream, like fan interaction, and also team games and mono battles, custom games, all sorts of stuff like that. I'm trying to think if I have like big plans. I mean. There's nothing that is super secret because I kind of do have a big mouth when it comes to my own secrets, but I can keep everybody else's secrets pretty damn well. Because I get too excited for my stuff and I'm like, oh guys, guess what? Don't tell anybody, but I just I post it like on Reddit. Hey guys, don't tell anybody, but but yeah, I mean nothing too huge that is like gonna just blow your mind, but besides the stuff, I mean, that might come out from these things that I'm doing, like the channel, a lot more streaming. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna see a lot of surprising things, but they're just not like these super secret, keep it under wraps type of things. Still, so things that are gonna be coming out from the new channel, things that are gonna be coming out in the future as well. I do actually. Okay, I guess I do have something, but I can't leak it. I do have something, but it's a possibility, so I don't want to leak it until I know for sure.
Awesome.
I can. Okay, let's really think now. Actually, I'm trying to think of like certain things like are. I haven't really secured anything. I want to try to do something in the future with Carbot. You know the Carbot animations.
Yeah, everybody loves StarCraft.
Oh, they're so sick. I love those. But I know how hard it is to make those cartoons. Like I know he literally he spends so much time, just making a 30-second or 45-second clip. So hopefully one day I think I'm gonna try to like raise some money to try to I'll give him something because show him some more appreciation for his work. Donate like a big sum to try to be like, hey, if you ever want to work in the future, we can do something and it'll be kind of cool. Even if it's like a shorter song, like a little like mini cartoon almost opening to a show or something, but just with like a song in the background with me doing the vocals. Yeah, I think that'd be kind of cool. Those are just things that are on my mind, by the way. I haven't talked to him yet. I haven't done anything with that yet. People suggested...
It's too late. It's too late. You said it.
It's dead.
It's official
happening.
now.
Hey, it's not on Facebook yet. It's not official. Okay.
I was gonna say it won't be on Reddit for a little while, so you know.
Nope. Okay. But yeah, hey, let him know. Let him know that Tempo wants to work with him.
So, that's pretty much all my questions. I like to kind of open it up now for you. If there's anything you want to say, any shout-outs you want to give, anything at all, you've got a couple of minutes. Go crazy.
All right. Well, I got to give a big shout-out to everyone that has supported me from day one. To even the first person who reposted my Thank God for Day 9 thread on Team Liquid, because the first time I posted it, it got shut down. And I was like, well, that was that, I guess, you know, I'll go learn how to play golf or something. Like, I don't know, like I was going to go do something else, but somebody reposted it. And then people saw the thread and it blew up before the mods could get to it. So it actually was something of interest. Got to give a big shout out to my team, Infinity 7. I'm just a support they're given. And even for IPL 6, I can't wait to see y'all. You know, hopefully if you guys are going to IPL 6 in Vegas coming up, I believe it's the end of, did I say IPL? Is it IPL 5 or 6? I think it's 6.
6.
Okay. So it's going to be, at the end of March. I'll be there, so don't be shy to come up, say hi to me or anything. Got to give a shout out to my mom, always do. Thank you for making me, you're the best. And definitely tune into Wednesday Night Sprites if you can. If you have any interest for the StarCraft 2 arcade scene, there's a show that I do every Wednesday night on Twitch TV/ChanManV. It's with EG Machine, Livin' Pink, and Chanman, and we pretty much tour the Blizzard arcade, the StarCraft 2 arcade, and just play certain games and expose them to the general public in case you never knew about them. So that's one of the things I love and enjoy doing, because I personally was not even aware of half of the games that we've been playing, and I wasn't really big into the StarCraft arcade, mostly because of what people would say, like, oh, it's such a mess and blah blah blah, and it's kind of like a stigma that it's attached to it. So a lot of people don't even really go to it because they'll hear other people say that it's a mess or there are no good custom games. But there's some pretty good games out there, and we explore them, and you get to see them and play along with us sometimes as well. So definitely would like to give a shout out to all of them. Man, whew, I could do a lot of shout outs though. Big shout out to Suspense, the person who made the Thank it was Day 9 Made Me Do It, you know, the first song that I heard on Day 9's stream. Shout out to Day 9 because he is Day 9. And also to Underline Entertainment because he's the one I did. He's got me pretty much the NASL performance. The first one that I did, I think it's a big thanks to him that I even have that. And if I didn't do that, I don't even know if I would be as popular too, because that like put Dino Day 9 heard my song like then. He might have heard it before, but he was like, he's like, oh, you're the guy that just performed live. Hey, man, follow Tino, follow Tempo, you know, and made his mass tweet. And a bunch of people started following after that. And then it was like, I think it was right around the time when I'm Grandmaster came out. So it was perfect timing because I was like, yeah, now a lot of people get to hear this awesome song. So, yeah, I'll keep it short. I mean, I'll probably go for days. So I'm just going to, I'd like to thank you for having me on the show.
Anytime.
Listen, you know, we've been kung fuing it up. We've been doing some pretty good karate.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, again, you know, thanks for coming on the show, and I will catch up with you in a little bit.
Indeed. Sounds good. Peace.
All right, guys, that was Tempo. Again, huge thanks to him for coming on the show. He was definitely one of my favorite guests so far. Said nobody's lined up yet for next week, but hopefully we'll have somebody cool for you. Otherwise, watch out for another StarCraft exercises video. Because, you know me, I've got to come up with some excuse to do things StarCraft related. Even if it's just me acting silly in front of a camera for 5 minutes. So yeah, if you liked the show, if you hated it, anything like that, let me know. Feedback at letskungfu.com. And I will see you all next week. Enjoy my oh-so-lovely closing credits. Which, of course, is...